Let's see what shenanigans we get up to today. I'm in Denpasar again, and I'm really on a mission to convince people that this is a really good place to come and explore, really. There's a guy over here saying hi, guys, so I'm going to go over here and see if I can say hello to some people in this shop over here. It's a place called Jannar Coffee, which I really love. Big cyclist groups come down here and have a bite to eat after they've gone cycling. I love this place. Just sort of suits me. It's like a really old school place. I'll show you around a little bit. I have been here a few times before, but I just love it. So Jannar Coffee is basically like a coffee shop in a shed, like tin roof. Oh, it's probably not even tin, it's probably asbestos roof because that's still legal here. But they do really good coffee and a few little snacks, bits of bread. Like, it's so simple, but it's so popular with locals. A real proper non-krong spot. I actually really love coming here because it just feels good, not because it's a local spot, but I think it suits a lot of people. And it's a really good spot to sort of start your day here in Denpasar, because from here, because it's quite central, you can walk to a lot of different things that are quite good to look at. There's a park down there where there's a monument to the Puputan. There's the main old heritage street down there. There's the markets, and there's the fabric street, all within walking distance of here. So it's a really good place to start your day. I got myself a hot cappuccino, and look at the cup. That is a beautiful cup. And a piece of bread that's got cream cheese and cranberries in it, which has been heated up, so it's really soft. Together, those cost me $50,600, which I think is a pretty good deal. Like, you can do cheaper, but you don't need to. Ooh, that's really hot, that bread, so I'll leave that to second. I'll give this coffee a go. Let's check it out. I love it. Love that coffee. Every time I come here, I reckon that is a phenomenal coffee. Just love it. I don't love a hot coffee. I know a lot of people do. Mainly, I don't like the hot coffee because it burns the milk. But even for me, that's a little bit on the cool side. Like, I could do another, I don't know, probably even 10 degrees on that. It's especially bad when you're in a cold country and they've got cold cups and they do just a little bit of a not so hot coffee. Like if you're like in Melbourne, for example, and by the time you've sort of sat there for 5 minutes, that thing is stone cold. But here, I find that you can have a coffee sitting around for ages before it gets cold, but still, I don't want a lukewarm coffee. But gee, the flavour is amazing. All right, let's try the bread. It's bread with a bit of cream cheese in it. I think they call it roti manis, which translates to sweet bread. But it's not sweetbreads. I think the thing I like about that place is that you feel like you're in Indonesia. It's just a classic Indonesian scene for me. Yeah, that's how I feel about Indonesia, where lots of people of all ages sort of hanging out. They're usually smoking, chatting, laughing, and it's just a vibe in there. There's something about that, I think, in Indonesia as well that permeates everything they do, that real happiness thing that goes along with everything. And I think that's why we love it. It's sometimes hard to put your finger on. In that place, you can feel it immediately when you go in there. There's a really good term in Indonesian which I think captures it really nicely. And it's a thing called murah senyum. So murah is cheap, senyum is smile. So it sounds like cheap smile, but it's not cheap smile, because cheap smile would mean, in English, it might even mean like a fake smile or something like that. I think cheap smile. It's more to do with generosity of smiling, yeah? Smiling with generosity, or generous with the smiles. And it's more than just smiling. It's a way of being. It comes out of your heart. And Indonesians are brought up like that. And it's a real compliment to someone to say that they murah senyum. Down here you can get a horse and cart to take you around the place. Hello. And that's a pretty cool activity that Indonesians love to do as well, especially the kids. Kids love to do that. I mean, I don't know if they're using it so much at the markets anymore like they used to do, but I know in Bandung in West Java they still do, and many other cities they still use them for those traditional purposes. Yeah, drawing it across here. But that murah senyum, the opposite of it is pelit senyum. Pelit is stingy, yeah? To be stingy with your smiles. And that's someone who's just sort of, you have to work at to try and get a smile out of them. But with a murah senyum, I mean, if you want to get a smile out of someone with murah senyum, all you're going to do is do a half joke and they're already laughing and engaging. And that's what we really love about Indonesia. I think for most people, the connection is with Bali specifically, but it's similar in many parts of Indonesia like that. So I love the term murah senyum, and you can use it quite poetically as well if you're inclined to do that. I don't know if I'm murah senyum. Maybe that's what's going on here. Maybe while I'm here, I have murah senyum as well. This is a Monumen Perjuangan Puputan Badung. That's only recently been re-renovated, and it's a beautiful little park commemorating the fight to the death or suicide, mass suicide of people of the Balinese fighting the Dutch, which was an ongoing battle for a very long time. Talking about that smiling thing, I remember I used to work in an office, like real serious stuff. And I remember once a colleague of mine, probably more senior in terms of age and so forth and more experienced, said to me, you know what, you laugh a little bit too easily, you've got to watch that, because something serious would come up that everyone's, oh yeah, and I'd just laugh. And it's just uncontrollable. I actually find a lot of quite mundane things quite funny. I find some quite serious things funny as well, which is a little bit inappropriate sometimes. All right, let's get across here because I've got a green light, but that doesn't matter because the bikes still come through the red. This is Indonesia. Be careful. Don't expect everything to go the way that it might do in your own country. So yeah, I just remember there was a quite a serious HR issue, not related to me, but related to someone else. And the guy was sort of talking real seriously and it was like this, and I laughed. And I always laugh at things like that. I actually find a lot of very serious things quite unserious. There's not a lot of things in life that are really that serious. Your health is, your family is serious, but God, the workplace, the most unserious place on earth for me. It's funny, for those of you who do work in an office, you'll probably know that sometimes when you're in it, when you're in the whole office scene, everything can feel like it's the most important thing in the world. It gets built up to be very, very important and stressful. But if you take a few steps back, you can really have a bit of a laugh at it, because some of the stuff is just ridiculous. It's probably why I've never been the best at that sort of serious corporate stuff. I'm not willing to be part of the system enough to really get ahead too far. You know, I can do it if I have to, but geez, it's just not what I want to do. I'm so glad I sort of got out of that corporate world when I did. At a fairly young age, in hindsight. At the time, I thought I'd already done my time, but really it's a pretty young age and pretty lucky to have done that. And I've only really been able to do it because I'm here in Indonesia, honestly. It's taken me quite a long time to get a feeling of how I want my life to sort of unfold. And I think that happens to a lot of people. You don't really get a feel for that very early. I was going to go to I think I've just walked past, I was going to go to a coffee shop around here somewhere, but I can't find it. I don't know. The funny thing is, it's a little bit early and some shops are closed. I know this place on the corner, it's called Madahuis or something like that, Madhouse. I might go to that. I've actually just lost my bearings slightly there, so I'm not even sure if I have passed the place that I had my eye on. So this is Jalan Gajah Mada. It's one of the main streets in the centre of Denpasar, but it's actually quite pleasant. A very, very pleasant street to come and walk up and down. Like, it's not far from where I started the video. And I mean, even though a lot of the shops are closed at the moment, I think there's some sort of holiday on today. I'm not sure exactly what's going on. There is some sort of thing going on today. It's not a public holiday, but usually this is just bustling. You know, I'm here early as well. So what time we got? We got about 8:45 now. So that probably explains a few things too. There are a lot of these fabric shops around here. So the fabric street is Jalan Sulawesi down that way, which is just up ahead, but that sort of spills out into this area as well. And you've got these old shops like this one here. Like, he's got a bunch of belts out the front that he's selling. Like, I don't know how he makes a living out of that. Okay, this place is called Feels Like Sunday. Let's go in. All right, I got one of their cappuccinos with like their specialty beans, which comes from Ijen in Java, Gayo in in Aceh, and then their local beans as well. So they do a blend. 39,000, including tax and so forth. So it's, for Denpasar, it's quite on the high side, but I think it's because of those special beans they've got. That's what they're doing. So I'm hoping it's a really good one, to be honest. Okay, here's my coffee. Let's check it out. We're going to be all caffeined up today. That's a good coffee. That is a really good one. I really love that one. Nice milk. Quite hot this time, not too hot. And the flavour is amazing. Come here, like Feels Like Sunday. What a great little cafe this one is. Not Sunday though, is it? Feels like it though. The other thing about where I'm sitting right now, you have a choice of air-conditioned comfort and a bit sterile, or out on the street like this. This is my scene. Yeah, out in the street, in the heat. Yeah, because that sun is blazing. Watching the traffic, it's all noisy. Got the horse and cart going past. It's noisy and I can hardly hear anything going on. It drowns out the music, which is nice because I don't want to hear the music anyway. I love it. I feel like I'm in the thick of it. The funny thing is that we are conditioned to go for comfort, and I'm just like everyone else. That you see that air conditioning, you go, oh, thank God, I'll go in there and retreat. But you lose some of what's really special about a place like Indonesia is this hustle and bustle, you know, the busyness of the place, and feeling like you're part of the scene, and which you are when you're out here on the footpath. All right, I've got to go and find myself some proper breakfast. Piece of bread is not really cutting it for my breakfast this morning. I'm going to go and try and find some local food if I can. Look at that building. That's an interesting building. Raja Sports. All tiled, and it's got a little Raja Sports up there in tile work as well. Real old school stuff. The word Raja, it means king. Sometimes you see this little lampion in some places in Indonesia. Some places where the discrimination against Chinese Indonesians is not as bad. Yeah, there's another set of these lampion there. In an area where you might have a bit more discrimination, people aren't so brave to put up those lampion because they might get their shop fire bond if there was some sort of riot in the streets. So that's sort of what's been happening for generations here in Indonesia towards Chinese Indonesians. There's a bit of discrimination against them and a bit of jealousy if something goes wrong somewhere else in the country. They seem to take it out on the Chinese Indonesians. There's these riots that happen every 20, 30 years or whatever, and that sort of happens. Or maybe more than 20 years. The last big one was in 1998, where there was horrendous atrocities committed by people protesting the regime. That was when the fall of Suharto happened. And Indonesia changed from a military dictatorship to democracy. And during that period, it's just, the rioting was bad against the government, but a lot of Chinese Indonesians copped it. And a lot of them actually gained asylum in other countries because of it, including Australia. I was going to go to that place, Kedai Napan, because I know they do some pretty simple, it's like a kopitiam, so they do some pretty simple food like nasi goreng, like mee goreng and that sort of stuff, but it's closed, so I have to find another place. So from what I understand about Chinese Indonesians in Bali is that many of them feel a lot safer in a place like Bali than they might in other places in Indonesia, mainly because of history of what's happened in the past. That's what I understand. I'm not sure what side of the fence I'm supposed to be on the other side of the road, but then on here, like they've got these, you can't see it there, but there at about, for me, at about nose height, there's these pieces of wire strung across. So like if you're maybe 6'4", that'd be right around the neck, I reckon. It's interesting, isn't it? Oh, by the way, people often wonder how tall I am. I'm not very tall. I'm about 6 foot. Like, you know, I don't look abnormally tall when you see me. That's the river going through the centre of town. You can actually get down there and walk up and down the sides of that river at the moment. It's flowing quite well at the moment, which is strange because it hasn't rained for ages. Like, it rained maybe a week ago, I think. Last time I remember it raining. This is the main centre of what they call the heritage area. been down here a few times so far on video, and it's just a little bit more old school. It's the old ruko, yeah, Romotoko, all up and down. And some of the businesses here truly are quite old. And some people who came in here in 1980 will find the same businesses are still here. A few times the people have mentioned some of the restaurants around here, Chinese restaurants that they used to get taken to when they came to Denpasar back in the day. They're still here, apparently. I love to read the signs around the place. This one says, Mohon jangan jualan di tempat ini. Don't sell stuff here, don't be a seller here. And then they added a separate section which is dan jangan, so, and don't discard rubbish. There is a CCTV here. Mohon is an interesting word, yeah? It's like a very polite word to put on the front of a sentence. It doesn't mean please. It sort of like means request, yeah? Because, yeah, you put it at the front of a sentence when you're requesting someone do something, but almost like a formal rule or statement, like you don't do this. So, mohon jangan is like, don't do this, but really sort of a bit respectfully, yeah? It's a bit like please don't do this, isn't it? But it's, the word please, I really don't like to translate please because it's quite loaded in English, and it doesn't really translate very well into Indonesian. Okay, just crossing the road again. Nice vehicle coming up here. This is a Toyota Land Cruiser. I know some of the fans of the channel love looking at those cars. Look at that one, that's a beautiful one. Look at down this little alleyway, I think. Is that someone's house? Oh, I think it looks like someone's house. I'm gonna go down there. Try and get down one of these alleyways and cut across to another main road down that way. Okay, I think this one cuts through. Love getting into the gangs of Denpasar. It's always interesting down here. The hustle and bustle's gone now, and it's just peace and quiet. Like, I could easily live in a gang like this in Denpasar. I'd actually quite enjoy living in a place like this. I could do it. I could do it for sure. Pretty expensive down here though. It's not cheap. It's not cheap to live in the centre of Denpasar. Like, it's pretty expensive. Hello. Oh, look at that dog. Don't look it in the eye. Birds down here. Bit of rubbish being burned. Pretty local style down here. I was thinking of when I was crossing the road back over there. You know how the road, like the word for road is jalan, like we say jalan this or jalan that. I get flashbacks to different things like lyrics and so forth. There's a song called Hati Hati di Jalan by artist named Tulus. Great song, by the way, like really good. That song is the title of the song is Hati Hati di Jalan. It's caution on the road. And people will say it quite often. If you're leaving, getting on your motorbike and going somewhere, someone will say to you, Hati Hati di Jalan, be careful on the roads. That's literally what it means, but it just means be careful. It's quite nice, quite a nice feel to it when you say Hati Hati di Jalan. It's good. All right, we're back on the main road. So we've got a helmet shop. If we need a helmet, they sell all your helmets. The price variability on helmets is crazy. Like, I went to a place, I went to a place in Sanur to get my last helmet after the previous one had been stolen. It was a really good full face helmet that got stolen as well. One I'd brought across from Bandung that never got stolen, but got stolen pretty quickly once I arrived in Bali. And that new helmet cost me a fortune in Sanur, but I needed it urgently. Whereas I know here, the prices are significantly lower. Oh, hello. Oh, the dog's chained up. Yeah. So you got to shop around is the story, which makes sense, doesn't it? Shop around. Also, I think you get charged. Like often the prices aren't listed on these helmets, so you might get charged more if you're a foreigner. You get the bule price, the harga bule, which is pretty normal in Indonesia as well. You don't have to accept it. You can always choose whether you want to pay that or not. You either don't buy or you negotiate like a demon. I'm well and truly now out of the very centre of Denpasar. I'm in Denpasar still, easily, but it's sort of, there's a main sort of shopping zone where, oh, look at that one, that's a nice car. I don't know what it is, Datsun or something like that. Real old one, like 1970s style. So once you get sort of maybe 500 metres out of that central shopping zone, you get roads that are like this. And they're sort of roads which try and feed the traffic in or out of the city depending on which way they're going. So this is a one-way street trying to get traffic out of the city. And it becomes less commercial and a lot more residences. You'll get more things like businesses that are more like a bengkel or a mechanic, or you'll get places selling like hardware supplies. Like that over there is a bengkel across there. Like that one's a service HP, like a mobile phone service shop. Rather than the fabric shops or the cafes and so forth, there's fewer of those in this area. That's pretty normal here in Denpasar as well. Seems to be a decent sized proyek mangkrak there as well. That is a massive proyek mangkrak. Not sure what the story is with that. That'd be pretty cool to explore if you're one of those people who does that sort of urban exploration thing where you go to abandoned buildings. That's a huge one. A lot of money gone into that proyek mangkrak, and it's just sitting there. It looks like it's been sitting there for a long time as well. This dude's got a motorbike blasting out religious songs in Indonesian, and he's got Tuhan Yesus on the back. That's interesting, look at that. That's a cool bike as well. What does it say? Tuhan. I don't know if it says Tuhan Yesus. It says Tuhan. So it might not be Christian, it might be someone else. But Tuhan often is related to Christianity, but it can be in other religions as well. Muslims in Indonesia will normally say the word Allah, yeah? But Allah can be used by Christians as well. It doesn't mean like the Muslim God, it just means God. And there is debate among some people in Indonesia and Malaysia about the word Allah. And because going back a long time, Christians have historically used that word as well. And yeah, one of those things that causes friction, I guess, between Muslims and Christians sometimes in these countries. But Tuhan is a much more common word for God in Christianity. I'm walking miles here trying to find something to eat. I haven't really found anything that's really taken my fancy at the moment. As I said, a lot of places are actually closed today. There are some places, but there was one place back there that does tipat tahu, which I would have eaten. That's that compressed rice dish, but I didn't really feel like it. I got my eye on something else. In my mind, when I was thinking about getting something to eat, I was thinking more sort of Chinese, Indonesian style food. So when that place that I went to earlier was closed, it was sort of a little bit, oh, here we go. It was a bit disappointing. Oh, here we go, this is what we want. This place here, look at all that food in the window there. That's all like stuff from the island of Kalimantan, Singkawang, which is Chinese Indonesian food. Looks very good. This is what I want. Hello. Dari Singkawang ya? Yeah. Okay, Singkawang. They do good food in Singkawang, near Pontianak, a few hours from Pontianak in Kalimantan. So this place is called Bakmi Afong 168. They do Chinese Indonesian food, but a particular style of Chinese Indonesian food from a place called Singkawang. Now, Singkawang is famous for its food on its own. It's very traditional Chinese culture from a long time ago. So every year there's a big festival there as well, which apparently is amazing. Close to the city of Pontianak, which is also famous for a particular brand of Chinese Indonesian food. And the people from there, from Pontianak, like if you see Chinese Indonesian in Australia, often they're from Pontianak. I know heaps of people from Pontianak who live in Australia. Heaps of them. Nicest people too. Now, I got myself an iced liang tea. They call it este liang or something like that. Liang tea. That doesn't look very big, but I'm going to hold it up against my head. It's bigger than a beer stein. I've got a big head, like a really big head. Look at that. That would be a litre in that thing. It's cost 10,000. It would cost almost that much in water. Ooh, nice. Apparently what they do, they get this these roots and so forth and boil them up and make it into like a herbal drink. And the lady said it's good for panas dalam. Panas dalam, I don't know if it has a strict translation. I mean, strictly translated, it means your insides are hot, but that's not what they really mean. But if you've got panas dalam anyway, if you're feeling a bit sick, get a liang there. It tastes good too. Like it's a bit herbal, but they put a tiny bit of sugar in there just to sweeten it up so it's not totally like awful. It actually tastes quite good. Oh yeah. Honestly, it's quite watery. There's not a huge flavour in there. It's got the hint of the herbs and the root. She said they boil up roots, so the hint of that sort of herbalness to it. So I'll explain what I've got. I've got here a little soup with a bit of chicken in it, which is red, and the redness is from, she said beras merah, so red rice. That is a soup which she said you can pour over this if you want. The rice itself, I've got the Hainam one. So this is called nasi Hainan or nasi Hainam. It's sort of it's cooked in a broth, so it's got flavour to the rice. It's not just plain white rice. And then we'll go through. You've got a bit of deep fried pork there. You've got a bit of roasted chicken there. You've got some of that red chicken or pork. I'm thinking it might be. That looks like pork. Some pork sausage, and then you've got the stewed pork on top here. A few bones in there as well, so you've got to be careful. I think there's bones. And then an egg, and it all looks pretty nice. Let's check it out. As I was saying that last piece, my mouth is watering, and I'm like almost spitting everywhere as I'm talking because it looks and smells really good. This is pretty normal food. Like most people are going to like this. If you like pork, you'll love this. Ooh. Fried pork, beautiful. A bit of that sausage. Oh. Hard to describe the flavours because I don't have a point of reference, but that sausage has some sweetness to it. You know when you have that red pork or red chicken, there is a sweetness to it. It's like the honey that they use or glaze it with. A bit like that. A bit of that red meat now. Oh, that's good. A little bit sweet. Try some of this roast chicken. Oh yeah. What a good meal. So this meal is 48,000. The drink, this is like a litre, costs 10,000. So really good value, isn't it? I'll eat some of that pork with the skin on, that stewed stuff. Let's give it a go. Oh. Melt in the mouth. Melt in the mouth. All right, that was a delicious feed. Way too much food for me. For 58,000 for all of that, I've had a massive feed there, to be honest, and the drink is so huge. You're gonna need an enormous bladder to hold all that liquid. So I only finished half of it. Well, I'm sweating buckets, but I don't even need that much to drink. So generous, so generous. This is cool. Pemahat marmer. And so the word marmer is marble. Right? You can just see a bit of the offcuts there. But pemahat is interesting. That means a chiseler or a carver. So the tool is pahat. And so pemahat is the act of doing the chiseling or using the tool. A lot of words like, so in English we might say the word of the tool is chisel, and the person who does the chiseling might be the chiseler. Or you might say the object is a hammer, and the person doing the hammering is the hammerer. There is a similar rule in Indonesian regarding people who do things, yeah? And often you'll find, I'm just gonna go down here. Yeah, I hope it's not a dead end. Often you'll find that the word starts with the letter P. So if a word starts with P and you think it might be something to do with an action, you can often guess that the word is a word that means something to do with the actual person who's doing it. Yeah? So often you might not know the actual word, but you've got an idea it's referring to the tradesman. Yeah. So to sort of get across my point, for example, jalan kaki is the word to walk, but a walker, someone who's walking, is pejalan kaki. Yeah. Running is lari, but someone who runs is a pelari. Betul ya. Selfie ini video juga.
Ya, Rahayu.
Ya, mau kemana?
habis sembahyang tadi.
Oh ya, mau pulang ke rumah?
Iya.
Ya. Oh ya, senang
Thank you.
sekali ketemu Bapak ya.
Ya.
Ya, oke, mari ya.
Oke,
Oh, ada apa upacara di sini?
Ya, sini upacara.
Oh ya, makasih. Oh ya. Aku mau lihat aja dulu ya. Enggak usah masuk. Oh, di sini. Oh ya. Oke, makasih ya. Halo. Halo. Oh, cool. Oh, that's the ceremony there. Hello. Yeah. Okay, they invited me in. I don't need to wear hello. I just wanted to have a look at what's going on in here. Apparently I don't need to wear baju adat, which is okay. Yeah. Wow. So they have the music going, and this is it. This is the compound for the ceremony. Beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. I think they're a bit surprised that I've wandered into this weird area of the city, because there's not many foreigners coming around here. Look at it, beautiful. Woo! Oh, such a wonderful environment. Thank you, yeah. Thank you, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, yeah. Nice to meet you, yeah. Thank you so much. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, bye. Oh, beautiful. Such wonderful people. To have a look at that little ceremony going on there. And yeah. Oh, hello. Hello. Yeah. Hello. Oh, now that is a very different definition of murah senyum. And it's made my day once again. Love the Balinese. Someone in the comments today sort of commented that one of the reasons we love Bali is not because we can come here and live cheaply, it's because of the people at the end of the day, because the people are such nice people. It's true. And the culture. This old building here is a public school. SDN, it says there, Sekolah Dasar Negeri. And Sekolah Dasar is the lowest level of public schooling, and Negeri means the national schooling system. So yeah, Sekolah Negeri, whenever you hear Sekolah Negeri, it just means a public school. And then there's 3 levels of schooling here. I'm going downhill here, so I'm going to a river for sure. That's always the case. So let's keep going downhill, see what we find. There is SMP and SMA as well, the 3 levels of schooling here. And the first 2, SD and SM, be careful here, it's through the sewage. So SD and SMP are free, the other ones are not. Okay, there's the river. I wonder if I can get down there. I don't think I want to. I'll just go down a little bit just to see if I can get a view, but I think it's probably pretty dangerous to be going down too far. It looks muddy down there. That's the river. Oh, there's a bridge over there. I'll go to those bridges. It looks like it's got some filter system on there that's not really fully operational. Pretty smart. That's sort of what you need, isn't it? Some sort of filtration system. If it's working properly, it's great, but if it's not ideal. I'll go over there and have a look at what that is. One of the things back there that I'm reminded of is that when you're outside of, as a foreigner, when you're outside of Bali and you meet a lot of locals that may never have met a foreigner before, that happens all the time. That you bump into people who've never met a foreigner before and never interacted with a foreigner before. So for them, sometimes they get quite excited by it. It can feel weird as the foreigner because you don't want to be praised like that. It feels a little bit, it feels odd, but it happens. But sometimes we forget that even in a place like Bali, there are places where there aren't too many foreigners. Like this is one of those places where there are very few foreigners in this part of Denpasar. So some of those people may not interact with foreigners very much or very rarely. So they might have the same feeling as other Indonesians, even though they are Balinese. They may not have any interaction with the tourist trade. Okay, so I'm on the bridge now. Now that's the back end of that little filtration system that I saw over there. It seems like it's done its filtration job, but no one's sort of gotten rid of all the rubbish out of it. So they've had to retract it because it might have been blocking the river. It might have been acting like a dam. But that's one of those things that probably needs active maintenance because you'll be pulling a lot of rubbish out of that river, I reckon. And now that it's fully open, you can see the rubbish flowing through and that'll go down into the ocean. And that's why the oceans or the beaches are full of rubbish, because the rubbish goes into the rivers. And that's what one of those NGOs called Sungai Watch does. Sungai means river. And they're trying to clean up the rivers, because cleaning up the rivers then can clean up the oceans as well, which is a pretty cool thing to be doing. I think it's such a big job. It's so big that I wouldn't do it, because it's almost impossible to achieve. But I give massive, massive props to anyone who tries it, because it requires so much effort, and those people are pushing all the time. And it's really just a thankless task in many ways as well. So good on them for doing it. Good on them. Now, I'm not accusing this Sungai Watch of being this way, but there are some people who come to Indonesia with idealism, the way that it should be, and try to implement their idea of the way it should be, their idealistic point of view onto Indonesia. And it doesn't take long before they realise that, you know what, this ain't going to work. This is a lot bigger than we realise. And that's why I think a mob like Sungai Watch, who have been around such a long time and are doing such good, should be praised, because most people would give up because it's too big a job. Yeah, halo Pak. Oh, jalan-jalan Pak.
Oh ya, ya, ya.
Bapak asli dari sini? Bapak asli sini?
Ya, selamat hari raya.
Ya, makasih Pak.
Pintar bahasa Indonesia.
Oh, belum pintar Pak, tapi ngerti ya Pak.
Hah?
Ya, ngerti.
Australia?
Ya, Australia.
It's very
Bapak
good.
umurnya berapa?
Semua.
90.
Iya.
Terlihat muda
Strong
Pak,
man.
masih strong.
All around
Wah.
Indonesia.
Oh ya? Udah ke mana-mana ya?
Makassar.
Oh, Makassar. Orang Makassar Pak?
Ya, saya pemain nasional.
Oh ya, untuk bola?
Ya, di Jakarta,
Oh.
Bandung, habis sampai Madura.
Ya.
Sudah ada cicit 7,
Oh, cicit 7. Oh.
cucu 3.
Oh.
Sudah kerja di gubernuran.
Oh.
Gubernur Pemda.
Ya, ya.
Anak pensiun.
Oh, wow. Jadi anaknya udah tua juga.
Tinggalnya di mana?
Tinggal di Sanur. Oke, makasih Pak. Mari Pak.
Pintar ini.
Makasih Pak. What a nice guy. He's here playing for the national soccer team. That's cool, isn't it? Meet all sorts of people, don't you? It's those sorts of interactions that I think having a language really helps with. And you don't need to be top level to understand what he's going on about and what he wants to say, and then communicating back. Now that's the key point there, that your language can be quite simple and you get an idea of what's going on. And it's really nice to meet those people. I've gotten myself well and truly lost now, because I've been going down all those alleyways, left, right, no idea where I am. It's one of the good things about Denpasar is if you don't use a map and you get lost, you have much better experiences. Because if you start plotting yourself out on a map, it's okay to do that the first couple of times so you don't get too scared, but if you do it too much, it becomes a bit predictable. I like to just go and get lost, and that's one of the things I've done today, is just literally gotten myself lost down the back streets and sort of feeling my way around. I think because of the direction of the road here, I think I'm heading back towards the centre of town where I parked my motorbike earlier, but I'm not sure. I will eventually, if I don't see something I recognise, I will eventually pull my map out, but I don't need to yet, because I'm still enjoying myself. Hello. Yeah. But it's just been great sort of having you come along for the ride today with me here in central Denpasar, getting lost in central Denpasar. And I hope you can do it one day as well. And if you can't, that's okay. Come along for the ride for me in the future as well. I'd like to really give a big shout out to a lot of the members who have joined up recently, who really help with the channel. You know, that support that the members give with a small donation just helps me be able to come out and show you places like this, and perhaps sort of extend your holiday after you've already left Bali, or get you prepared for the holiday you're about to have. Thanks for watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button to keep up to date with all things Sanur and the rest of Indonesia. I'll catch you next time, and sampai jumpa.